Hi, I'm attorney J. Scott Smith, and I'm going to explain to you some of the non-standardized tests that sometimes the law enforcement officers will use on the roadside to try to help determine whether or not you're impaired. One of those tests is a test they call the Romberg Balance Test. And all that test does is basically they have you stand in front of them, and then they have you close your eyes and lean your head back and estimate the passage of 30 seconds. When you're done, you're supposed to open your eyes, bring your head forward, and say stop. While you're doing this, the officer should be using his watch with his second hand and determining what 30 seconds actually is. He's timing off 30 seconds. So when you get to the end and you say stop, he's going to write down how much time it took you to estimate the actual passage of 30 seconds. The theory is that the further away that you are from that number and what the officer is actually timing, it could show some signs of impairment. A lot of times the Romberg Balance Test is used to determine if someone's impaired on drugs rather than alcohol, but officers use it for both. Another non-standardized test that some police officers use is something called the finger-to-nose test. Finger-to-nose test, basically they'll instruct you which arm to use, and they'll want you to bring it up to your nose and touch the very tip of your nose with your index finger, and they'll say right, left, and they'll denote which one they want you to bring up, extend out, and touch the tip of your nose with. And they'll usually do this 6 times, and then they'll say, well, out of the 6 times, the person got 4 right, or 3 right, or didn't, it was all over his nose, couldn't touch the tip of their nose. Basically, that's just another non-standardized test that sometimes the officers use. Another test they use is a test, I don't know, I guess we call it the hand clap. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but basically you're doing this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I've seen this a lot in boating while impaired cases because you're in a vessel on the water, and so there's not a lot that, obviously you can't do a walk and turn test or a one-leg stand with a boat shaking. So a lot of times they'll use tests like that, or they'll say, okay, I want you to recite your alphabet from the letter C to the letter W. Or they'll say, okay, I want you to count from the letter, from the number 56 to 72. And all of these are just used divided attention tests that are used to try to, come up with a probable cause in their mind whether or not they can arrest you, and it helps to go show impairment.